put the most powerful Porsche ever into launch mode, the spoiler pops up, then these extra fins extend from the rear, and then this happens. This is the new Porsche Cayenne EV, and it's a little bit like an asteroid because it's big, it's heavy, so fast.
The Cayenne's actually pretty awesome vehicles though.
To make dinosaur-powered cars extinct.
Welcome to the channel, guys. Your boy Toppyou.
This is the most powerful road-going Porsche ever made. We've got two electric motors, a combined 1156 horsepower and 1500 newton meters.
That's a lot of horsepower.
And over the quarter mile. Left foot on the brake.
Hope you guys still like on this video if you like this video as well. Subscribe to the channel for more, you know what it is. Porsche does make awesome vehicles, no lie.
What's the quarter mile gonna be? This is wild.
It don't matter what Porsches make. God damn.
It's a sub 10-second car.
Wow.
That is wild. Hopefully it can stop well. Let's do a quick brake test.
For a big vehicle, definitely fast. But it's a Porsche, so it's expected. Oh, that's actually fast.
What?
That was actually fast.
It not only goes like stink, it stops like stink, which is mad when you consider it weighs.
Yeah, that's mental.
That's bonkers. But
Yep, that's actually pretty quick though.
In the argument of petrol versus electric power, in this case, electric power wins in terms of visuals because the Cayenne EV looks better than the internal combustion engine Cayenne. Got a really purposeful front. This being the turbo has these aggressive scoops in there which do actually feed air over the wheels. Also, we have more aggressive scoops and vents down here as well, but even the lower
looks a little bit more
really
realistic,
this particular car is
futuristic, sorry.
Smoked light covers. Moving down
Smoke
the sides,
lights always look good.
Surrounds and the wheel arches, and wheels start 20 inches, though these ones are
big
22s,
vehicle as well.
and this is a statement of Porsche's intent for this particular turbo version. P0R tyres, really aggressive, sporty tyres. All models get this side skirt treatment here, which looks good, but the turbo obviously has the turbo badging. Also, this one is fitted with the upgraded Turbo Night grey satin effect for the window surrounds and the roof bars. I like this feature. Unlike with the 911, they haven't cocked up the door handles on the outside.
911 always looks so good.
And of course, being a posh car, soft close. Round the back, once again, good looking.
Soft close always off.
The Turbo has this more aggressive rear diffuser, which probably doesn't do much diffusing. And on all models, you get the Porsche logo there. Look, you'll see it when you turn the lights on. That is cool. Is it cool?
That's crazy.
The interior of this Cayenne EV feels very, very sporty. Classic Porsche. It doesn't look
the interior looks so good.
The dial design, which obviously is digital now. The steering wheel is classic Porsche, so very nice. Feels good as well. Obviously, being a modern SUV, you've got to have lots of screens.
Luxury, guys.
Here, but it's a very unusual screen there. Then one for the passenger, which is optional. Absolutely pointless because passengers just go on their phones. In terms of interior quality, the materials are nice. Expensive
of course,
feeling.
it's a Porsche, it's a Porsche.
Body hugging, firm. Nick thinks they're too firm. I disagree, I think they're fine. What's less fine, and it's a problem I have in my own 911, is that some of it just feels a bit hollow and plasticky. Listen to that. Shame. Still, at least the car has physical buttons for the climate control, and they feel nice. Though a lot of things are controlled through the screen, and I do find Porsche's menu system a little bit on the confusing side. The doors are very, very configurable with lots of different views. That is good. And storage is pretty decent as well. Got this armrest here with this tray there where you can store some things secretly, just hide things away. And then you have your USB-Cs there. You have your wireless charging down there. More USB-Cs in there as well.
Nice.
A glove box here, which is a decent size, with a controller in it. What is that there?
Xbox controller.
This controller comes with the car because look! Wireless controller.
Okay.
You can play games.
God damn.
This is what they look like. Let's move on to the door bins.
God damn.
Big bottle. Where's the bottleneck? Well, it's getting now. I can show. Look, we've got a spoiler on the dash and big air vents. Classic Cayenne. Look, actually, the air vents at the side. I must say, I do hate the drive select lever there on the dash. Let's have one on the steering column. Go to the bottle bit now. It's not a big bottle. Anyway, while he's doing that bit, I can show you these features. Look, so what's really handy is that you have this shortcut button here to turn off the annoying speed limit warning. They make it easier for your Porsche. And then round into the pinnacle, you can turn off the fake engine sound or the spooky kind of sci-fi acceleration sound. And then on the other side, you've got your suspension button, so you can have the car in like Sport Plus and then still have the comfort suspension. You can up and down the air suspension. There's the button to
Oh,
lock
that's
things up. You have
decent.
parking cameras, the surround view cameras there. Because we've got the door open, we can't actually do it properly. Cameras are pretty good. And now we should have a big bottle. After all that, you can see it fits. Now, this car has a nice race text headlining and the classic Cayenne. Double sun visor.
Alright. Decent.
Vanish mirrors on both driver and passenger with lights. Because if you're driving a Porsche, you're vain. There's plenty of room here in the back of the Cayenne. So knee room is good.
Big vehicles, so it actually should have both rooms. Big.
That's lovely. What's odd is that there's a bit of a lump in the floor. Normally with electric cars, you have a completely flat floor. Here you have footwells, but that does mean that your feet are quite low down in the car, so you're not sitting like that, like you do in many other EVs when they just have a flat floor with just batteries underneath your feet. So this is very comfy, and you can slide your feet underneath the seat in front. Also, it's very easy to fit a baby seat in here. The Isofix anchor points are easy to get to. The doors are nice and wide, and there's plenty of space, even for a bulky rear-facing seat. It's also good for carrying 3 people in the back at once. So if you're in the middle seat, you do feel that this part, the seatbelt buckle, digs in your bottom. Now look, what I can do with these seats, I can alter the angle of the backrest and slide the bench forward for more boot space. How far will it go? Quite far forward. Let's put it back. Now you have your armrest here, unfortunately with exposed cup holders, so that's not that comfy. But you do have, look, through loading there, which is good. A little bit of nettage on the seat backs for storing things. You have decent sized rear door bins, which just about fit a big bottle. You've got your USB-Cs here, and this one's got the full rear climate control with ventilated seats and heated seats. And then there's this feature, look. It's not that the windows go not down anywhere near far enough. That's terrible. This. How's this for over-engineering? Why not just have one so you pull it yourself and click? They're less likely to go wrong. And there's more over-engineering in the boot too. If I press this button here, I can drop the car down on its air suspension to make it easier to load.
Serious?
The fact there's no load lip helps too. Then, if I press these buttons here, I can put the seats back up. Now I'm going to get the load cover from out of here. It fits neatly underneath there. Now I have 500 litres of space, but the seats are in their most rearward position. That capacity is better than most of its competitors anyway, but if you need more space, you can move the seats forward and then you have 780 litres of space. But what does it mean in terms of actual carrying capacity? Well, let's see how many suitcases we can fit in the boot. That's not right. I'm a professional car journalist. I made that look way harder than it actually is. Right, let's go. I'm just going to do something. Come with me. Come here. Yeah, it's still well comfy. It's not all good news. Here's some annoying things about this car. While this new curved infotainment screen may look cool, actually to use, it's a bit of a faff because your hand sometimes covers up some of these smaller icons. Oh, and look at this. When you turn it off, it's just velvety. Depending on which way you're travelling, you have terrible reflections in the dash. Look at this. Once it changes, I'll drive around.
Yeah, that does be a little annoying. I'm not going to lie. Definitely.
Yeah. Why have Porsche put the cup holders way down there? Often when you're trying to get your coffee out, you end up just lifting the lid off. And then this isn't very good either, having the door mirror controls all down by your knee. And finally, what's up with these door handles? Why can't we just have normal door handles? This car is fitted with £42,000 worth of options. You can buy these other EVs for that. The
Okay, pricing is not bad.
Do know how to charge extra for.
Definitely.
That roof, that's £4,500. If you want the rear axle steering, which makes the car turn in a tighter circle, that is £1,500. If you want clever suspension, which does away with the anti-roll bars and use the suspension to prop up the car in the corners for improved handling, that's £7,000. And if you want
a lot of extra features,
£8,000. Okay. But then there's a couple of things that are just stupid options. For instance, rear seat heating, that's over £300. Just make it standard, because someone will forget to select it. And this, Isofix on the front passenger seat, it's £50. £50, it's not even worth the effort of ticking the box. It's not all bad though. Here's some cool things about the new Cayenne EV. The optional heads-up display has augmented reality, so it can show things like lane keeping assist, other cars, and all sorts of information right before your eyes. To prevent you from opening the door into cars approaching from behind, you get this warning in the door. When you turn this knob here, put the car into Sport Plus mode, it opens the air vents at the front and raises a spoiler at the back. This is strangely satisfying.
Actually decent.
And so is this. Actually, this car can tow up to 3.5 tons, which is very good.
Wow.
For the sunroof, you don't have a blind, you have special glass. So you press that to make it go matte, press that to make it go semi, and that's to do another pattern. As well as a hands-free.
It's actually real decent.
There's also a hands-free fruit.
Oh, that's decent.
Litres. Couldn't resist it. And the Cayenne EV starts from £80,000 for the entry-level car. For the S, it's £100,000, and for this turbo, it's from £130,000. Obviously, this one of the options I've already mentioned is £170,000, which is nuts, isn't it? Do you know what? For the price of the options on this car, you could have this 50,000
The features actually pretty awesome,
hybrid through CarWow. So obviously, if you're buying a used car, you need to do a history check on it to make sure it doesn't have a dodgy past, and I recommend you use Car Vertical, because here's an example of a Cayenne that has been involved in an accident, and if you didn't get this Car Vertical history check, you may never know. So if you're thinking about buying a used car, head to Car Vertical using the link in the description and use the code CARWOW for 20% off. Now though, let's find out what this car is like to drive. This is a big car, and so hopefully it's not too tricky to navigate around tight streets. Yeah, I'm definitely allergic to it. So much for the pollen filter. Anyway, hopefully it's not too difficult to thread through tiny village streets, because this is the kind of car that is going to be used on school runs. Oh, I tell you what's good straight away, you need to brake suddenly then, very progressive braking, not suddenly jerky braking like you get with some EVs. Porsche know how to calibrate their control. Throttle, it's not too sensitive when you just want to trickle along. Steering, solid but light enough. Suspension, so good. This air suspension is very, very cushioning. It has a on-its-toes feel like you expect from a Porsche. It's sporty, but
the
it's
body
so
roll,
yielding.
no kind
It's
of
very
body
comfy.
roll.
Even in sports mode, in the stiffest setting, it still is comfy. Very clever. The only slight downside is the visibility out the back window and the rear three quarters when you're looking over your shoulder pulling out. Other than that, and this fat pillar, visibility is pretty good. I'm confident driving this around here. Don't think it's a problem, but how manoeuvrable is it? Because this car is fitted with the rear axle steering, the turning circle is 11 metres. Without it, it's 12.7 metres. So if you do a lot of town driving, definitely fit it. Now let's check out the manoeuvrability for real. Hit the button there to bring up the surround view cameras. Gonna need them. Fortunately, there's not many cars coming the other way. What I don't want to do is hit the curb and curb my very expensive Porsche wheels. Camera's helping me, but look at that, no problem. That was too easy. This is definitely a car that you can just bumble about in confidently. Also, being a Porsche, it's got presence, but at the same time, it goes under the radar a bit. It's not all showy and shouty like a Lamborghini. But what is it like on a cruise? Not that kind of cruise, like a cruise out of the motorway. Now, if you need to overtake something or get up to speed, just in comfort mode, it's brutally quick. But let's say you suddenly need to overtake a 911 Turbo S, for instance, then there's a little button to help you out. So if you're in comfort, the throttle response is dialed back and it seems like the total power is as well. However, if you go to passing mode, you get full Sport Plus setting for a moment. So press that, watch this, from 40 to 70. Wow, that is insane, isn't it? And then when you're cruising along, hardly any wind noise at all you notice, classic with all Porsches, because they've got such big fat tyres, just a little bit of tyre noise just coming in there. However, I can still hear the blooming fan over most stuff, even though I'm on the lowest setting. This is definitely a good car to do long distances in, but how far can you actually go? Well, this particular turbo is supposed to have a 350 mile range. I'm averaging 2.4 miles per kilowatt hour. When you multiply that out by the size of the battery, that's 250 miles of range. So, not great. Though I have been driving it rather hard because I've been needing to test it. And on a twisty road, this thing is wild. I don't know how Porsche's engineers have done this, but they have created something that is just truly insane. First of all, the acceleration in Sport Plus, the throttle response.
Yeah, boy.
Then
Sheesh.
there's the grip and handling. How? How does it go around corners like that?
See that corner like a sports rally car.
Because of this car.
Definitely.
Clever special dampers which stop it just leaning in the bends. But it's not like it doesn't have any
nice.
feel. There's feel from the steering. You can tell how much grip you've got underneath. You can feel the rear wheels, the diff working and providing traction.
I would love to get one of those cars.
And it's not a blunt instrument. It actually has some finesse to it.
Definitely.
But it's so powerful and so bonkers. Do you know what? Because of the way you feel like you're sitting on top of this car, and it's so heavy and it's so powerful and it's so agile at the same time, it's a little bit like it's a crazy raging bull that somehow or other you put a spell on and you can just make it do whatever you want it to do. So you can sit on it and ride it around and just go absolutely berserk. However, at the same time, you've got to think of the road as being a bit like a china shop with lots of delicate things around and speed limits which are easily approached, and obviously a license that can be very fragile and easily lost. And then you realise the problem with this Cayenne Turbo, just like a bull in a china shop, you can't fully let it off the leash very often. And that in some ways is a bit frustrating and a bit pointless. So that's got me thinking, do you really need this turbo version of the Cayenne? No. The
Definitely yes.
It's quick enough, capable enough.
Definitely yes.
It's all you need.
You need the turbo version.
To buy this turbo. Well, there's one type of person. It's someone who just likes the top spec of everything. It's the kind of person who just wants to flex, and the kind of person who wants to make their passengers feel sick by going. That actually hurt my head. So then, what's my final verdict on the new Porsche Cayenne EV? Should you avoid it, consider it, shortlist it, or just go right ahead and buy it? Well, overall, it's a very lovely thing. It drives great and it's practical. It's just rather expensive, and the range isn't amazing. So for the normal car, I would say shortlist it. However, if you want the most powerful, quickest electric SUV, get the turbo. It'll blow your mind and probably
Definitely
give you a migraine. Thing is though, do you really need to spend this much money to have a high performance SUV? Because if you watch that video there, you will see what you can get from China for less than half the price.
Hey guys, thanks for coming and watching this video. This actually was a pretty awesome video. The Porsche Cayenne is actually always a pretty awesome vehicle. No matter, I actually love to hear them. There's actually some real monstrous. This one is actually new. It's actually very powerful as well. If you actually like Porsches, you could let me know down in the description as well. If you guys actually like Porsches, I love them. That's on BMW. Two favorite vehicles, definitely. Right? As well, like this video as well. Subscribe to the channel for more videos like these. I actually cover a lot of videos on this channel as well, guys. Check out these other videos that pops up on the screen at this point in time. It's your boy Toppyou, and I'm out.